Hi, I'm Carmen Michael Smith, and welcome to the Heart of the Moment. As we look at Holy Queer, the coming out of Christ, part two of the book I aptly call the Jesus event. I open it with that because I truly see this as an event. Because this, you have to realize, at the time wasn't as status quo as we know it. This Jesus story being born and all of this, all that we know that we know, I still think we don't know. But this was truly an intervention. Like when family members and friends get together and say, something must be done, we must come together and intervene to save our loved one. That is what's happening with this Jesus event. It is as though God and the Holy Spirit had a discussion and said, we must do something to intervene for humanity, to save their lives. And that's exactly what Jesus was called here to do, to save. But even beyond that, and they shall call him Emmanuel, which means God with us. Jesus came here to be here with us. And that was a disruption. Let disruption be the catalyst for your liberation. Coming to save, there has to be a disruption of the status quo, because going along, you are going down the same path. So it's like there must be an intervention. And that was an event that was traumatic for some, hopeful for some. It caused doubt for some. And also, some people just outright rejected the intervention, even to this day. And that's okay. But this disruption, this intervention, really challenges the status quo, really challenges how we think. In my book, I talk about a parapraxis. But I think that we have read and reread or heard and reheard the story so many times that, like driving home, or walking home, like we walk this way and drive this way every day and have done it for months or weeks or years, even to the point that, have you ever done it and then be like, wait, when did that building go up, or when did that sign go up? Because you know the route, you've done it so many times, you know it, that you don't even see anymore. And so I encourage what reviewers of my book says, challenges perspectives of the Bible. I'm simply encouraging you to go back and see what of the things that we have missed within this intervention story of Jesus. What are the signs and the buildings and the nuances that we might have missed in all of the ways that we've been told and think that we know this story? Because I think that the more we do that, the more free and the more freedom we will unveil and unlock. And in the same way, I use that to say, I challenge you to also look at queer people. Look at a Black gay person like me differently, because you've been told a lot about us, because we're often talked about but not talked to, especially in the Black church. Those people, and that they're nasty and they do this and they're fornicators and that this and then they, but no one is talking to us as individuals, as human beings. And so I say, maybe in all the stuff that you've been told about the queer community, you've missed, you didn't see. You didn't see possibly that there's a lot of liberators who come to us that are queer, trying to disrupt us, to save us, to bring us into the liberty that is our divine right. When you think about people like Baldwin, whom we celebrate, again, not useful, but used on posters, used on this, but we don't say, Baldwin was a queer or a gay Black man who had this wonderful perspective. I wonder if that's related to him being a Black gay man. He said it was his superpower. But we don't then say, let's find other Black gay men and see if we can glean from this superpower. No, we just take what we hear and then we demean them. Malcolm X had queer experiences and we go, Oh, well, we don't want to hear about that because we like the any means necessary Malcolm X, but we don't look and say that maybe his queerness was a part of that that gave us the liberation. Bayard Rustin, who organized the March on Washington, who was the blueprint for activism and organizing. But we don't say, let's go find the next generations of Bayard Rustins. You get what I'm saying? Black Lives Matter. 2 of the founders are queer. We don't say, let's go find other queer people. And at the heart of the moment, I'm asking us to go and take that walk again as though we've never taken it. Because maybe the same way we see Jesus as this disruptor bringing us peace, this outsider living on the margins who could not operate in the center because the center was too small to even contain Jesus, that maybe the ways in which we have organized society is too small to contain queer people. That we truly are made for the margins where we can stretch out and it is expansive and we can be creative and we can be organizers and we can be strategy and we can all of the things that we do. And as they say, the gays just get things done. If anyone ever stopped for a moment to say that maybe there is something to that superpower that could help save humanity. That's what I ask in my book, for people to consider, even a glimpse, that there's something divine about queer people. I'm Carmen Michael Smith, encouraging you to let disruption be the catalyst for your and our liberation.